Ipinatawag na ng impeachment court si Office of the Vice President Chief of Staff Zuleika Lopez sa paglilitis ng pangalawang pangulo sa susunod na linggo. Alamin natin ang detalye mula sa aming correspondent na si Lance Mexico na kasama ngayon si House Prosecutor Terry Ridon live mula sa Senado. So Lance and Congressman Ridon, magandang gabi. Lance, sa'yo muna, last day of trial this week. So sa susunod na linggo, sino-sino ang mga testigong aasahan?
Menchu, magandang gabi rin sa iyo, at gaya nga ng nabanggit mo, kasama sa pinapaharap ng impeachment court sa susunod na linggo si Office of the Vice President Chief of Staff Zuleika Lopez. Sa order of presentation ng prosecution ay inaasahan na haharap si Lopez sa impeachment court sa Tuesday, July 14, habang sa July 30 naman inaasahan nating sasalang si NBI Regional Director Jeremy Lotok na dapat sana haharap ngayong araw, habang sa July 15 nakaschedule si Captain Belinda Bello ng Legislative Security Bureau ng House of Representatives. At sa puntong ito, Menchu, makakasama natin dito live sa Senado si House Prosecutor Terry Ridon. Sir, magandang gabi. Maraming salamat sa pagpapaunlak ng inyong oras.
Magandang gabi. Maraming salamat sa pag-imbita.
Sir, unahin ko na yung video na prinesenta ng defense nung pinapakita si Attorney Zuleika Lopez doon sa November 23, 2024 press briefing. Pinakita nga ng defense yung video na where she was claiming threats to her life. At ang sabi ng defense lawyer, tinanong ni defense lawyer CJ Narvasa, yung witness na si NBI Senior Agent John Mark Calilong. At yung ang tinanong niya, did you investigate this? At ang sabi ni Calilong, hindi daw dahil wala namang complaint. So sir, yung tanong ko, what is the impact of the presentation of this video to your case?
Well, wala naman impact yung Zuleika Lopez video kasi, again, ang pinag-usapan natin dito yung threats against the president. Under any circumstance, parang hindi tayo dapat nagbabanta kahit kanino mang tao, presidente man yan, ibang tao man yan, magulang man yan, anak mo man yan, di ba? I think yung threats has no place in public life. It has no place in a civilized society.
Alright. Kanina rin, sir, si defense lawyer CJ Narvasa, he claimed that there was a systematic oppression from the House of Representatives dahil daw dun sa pagkakonduct nyo ng iba't ibang mga hearing noong 2024 hanggang sa umabot kayo dito sa impeachment hearings ng House Justice Committee. How do you respond to these allegations?
Well, una sila, paano naman naging systematic oppression kung wala hong mapagdinig yung pong kamera na trabaho po namin, hindi natin nakilala si Mary Grace Piatos. Hindi ba? So, wag siyang mag-iyak-iyak na kaya ho nagkaroon ng ganito. They brought it up upon themselves kung bakit po tayo umabot dito sa punto pong ito.
And sir, kanina si Attorney Mark Vinluan ay may sagot din doon sa doon sa question ni Senator Judge Rizzo Ontiveros dahil kung matatandaan nga natin, may tanong kahapon si Senator Rizzo Ontiveros na sa prosecution bakit daw impeachable offense yung video na pinipresenta o piniresenta ng prosecution. So yung sagot dyan ng defense team ay hindi naman, wala raw kayo na ipakita na pruweba na talagang nag-hire itong si VP Sara ng isang assassin para ipapatay si Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. So how do you respond to those insinuations na wala naman kayong pruweba at hindi daw na-establish yun ng prosecution?
Oy, hindi naman pinag-usapan dito yung kontrate. Ang pinag-usapan dito yung banta. Yung banta nakita niyo sa video. May nagbanta talaga. At si Vice President yun, hindi ba? So, wag niyang guluhin yung usapan. Hindi kontratang usapan dito. Ang usapan dito, merong nagbanta, sino yung nagbanta, laban kanino yung nagbanta.
Sir, sabi niya, dagdag ko lang, I quote him, bagamat unconventional daw yung remarks ng bise, he said that this is justified because of the supposed threats din to the Vice President's life. Do you think, how do you make sense of this argument?
Well, binabanggit nila Romanov, they have to present it in evidence when it's their time. Kasi puro chit-chat lang yun ganun-ganun lang yun di ba? So, at this point, tingin ko, marami pa ho silang kailangang ipaliwanag moving forward.
Alright, so sa puntong ito rin sir, ay may katanungan din mula sa studio ang aming senior anchor na si Menchu Macapagal. Menchu?
Right, thank you, Lance. Kong Terry, magandang gabi. Okay, so sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so sir, bilang kayo ang lead prosecutor sa Article 2 on unexplained wealth, nagtakda na ng oral arguments ang impeachment court sa BIR box. And Kong Luistro said, the prosecution requested for an expanded list of BIR documents. So ano po ang kaibahan nito sa unang sinumite ng BIR and how damning are these evidences?
Well, yung question on damning, mas important to discuss it at a later time, no? Kasi very particular details na po yan on trial strategy. But again, even if we don't open the BRR box, ang totoo naman po, we can actually still subpoena it in the course of the proceedings. Kasi it is relevant to show the ultimate lawful income of the Vice President and Attorney Man Scarpio. No? So that is something that we will probably do when we reach that particular part of the trial, yung po unexplained wealth part.
Okay, so what is the difference between that expanded list of BIR documents, sir? Sorry.
Well, pwede hong mapag-usapan dyan, not just the ITRs eh. So yung iba pa hong mga tax ITR-related documents, so kung may mga VAT payments po dyan, kung meron pa hong ibang mga very specific BIR documents na pwede hong mahingi. No,
So, sir,
doon po sa kabuang universe nung po mga dokumento po ng mag-asawa.
So, just a quick assessment no, on the first week of the trial. What do you believe was the strongest argument ng prosecution that made an impact in the article on grave threats against the president, which constitutes betrayal of public trust?
Well, pinakamabigat ho doon yung nailantad po yung ebidensya in full public view. Nung pong video of the Vice President making actual threats against the President, not just once, but also the video relating to her wanting to decapitate the President, no, in a separate video. So, yun po yung pinakamahalagang aspeto nito pong nagdaang 3 araw po na ito. Kasi yan naman po yung gusto namin, mailabas yung ebidensya, makita ng Senate Impeachment Court, makita po ng ating pong mga kababayan.
Alright, at inaabangan nga namin yung lahat ng yan. Pero nag-aabang din ang publiko for House prosecutors to examine a witness, sir, no? So, can we expect that to happen?
Well, it's something that we will decide on as we go along the trial. Pero yung hatian naman po ng House prosecutors and private prosecutors, the ones that are doing basically the legal argumentation and the strategy are the House prosecutors. Pero yung pong doing the oral examination of witnesses are given po to the private prosecutors. Wala naman hong pagbabago dyan. In fact, that has been undertaken in all the previous impeachment proceedings. Ginawa ho yan sa Estrada, ginawa din po yan sa Corona impeachment.
Alright, maraming salamat House Prosecutor Terry Ridon at sa aming correspondent na si Lance Mexico live mula sa Senado.